And the Ford government tonight is casting doubt on the effectiveness of the Pfizer vaccine, the very vaccine at the center of its rollout, all in its quest to score political points against the federal government and take some heat off itself.
Borders.
Borders.
Border. The border.
Borders.
For days now, the Ford government has been hammering home its message that the federal government is not doing enough to tighten borders. And now the Ontario PC party has paid for an election-style attack ad on Facebook.
Trudeau didn't close the borders when the pandemic started. He didn't close the borders when it got worse. Nobody wants a fourth wave. It's time to act.
Fact check. Canada closed its borders over a year ago in March 2020 to non-essential travel. In a startling move today, the Ford government took its message even further. The Associate Minister for Small Business cited a study from Qatar to back up the province's claim that more needs to be done to stop variants from coming into Canada. The minister suggested one Pfizer dose doesn't offer enough protection.
One dose of Pfizer is potentially only 30% effective against the variants from the UK. This is a study out of Qatar. So what we're asking about, the federal government to do here is support us.
But that interpretation of the Qatar study is being widely condemned, even by the study's authors, because it includes infections that occurred within 14 days of receiving a first dose before immunity is boosted. Ontario's first-hand experience is one dose gives strong protection.
When you look at preventing severe infection, as in people who end up in hospital, ICU, death, even after first dose, we have found the vaccine effectiveness to be about 90%.
Health experts were not impressed by the minister's claim.
Intellectually irresponsible. And if it's an elected official doing that should cost them their job.
I think it's extremely important to get vaccinated. These vaccines really work well.
The opposition is calling it divisive partisan politics in the middle of a pandemic.
It looks like somebody over in the PC party thinks they have to do everything they possibly can to change the channel and protect Doug Ford's backside.
It's a dog whistle. It's definitely a dog whistle. There's no question about that.
Ontario is set to receive 7 million Pfizer vaccines from May 10th to July 4th. Throwing doubt on their own effectiveness by misrepresenting the study damages the government's own rollout. Remember, in the early days when they put partisan politics aside? Well, playing partisan politics now indicates two things about Doug Ford. He's preparing for next year's election, and he's worried about his drop in the polls.